Hello FCS 250 students. Here's the overview on your first discussion paper. So I'll go ahead and open it here. And you're going to see here it's worth 50 points and it is due by the end of Sunday, September 24th. So again, this is the view that you will have. Obviously, when you're ready to submit your assignment, you will click Start Assignment and it will allow you to do your file upload. But here we're talking about the field and specialization. So again, this paper is used for you to really talk about your chosen field or a future desired profession, or even maybe a specific position that you want, especially when we're talking about being in administration and management. Maybe you're thinking of that next level or maybe 2 levels up that you would like to pursue. So again, here's an example. If you're working with teens, you should write a paper about general issues that teens currently face. Again, if you're working in early childhood, maybe you have a special population. Head Start's population might be different than the population in a private child care center. But again, thinking about the population that you serve and some of those issues that are currently going on that are something that is making a difference in the work that you do every day. So the first one, again, you're going to have the different prompts here will help you with your paragraph. So again, some of the paragraphs, you may combine a couple of these prompts together. I won't count and make sure you have exactly 10 paragraphs. But again, you do want to make sure that each paragraph is at least 7 to 10 sentences, making sure that you're answering the content that is in the prompts, making sure that what you're doing as far as including your in-text citations, your research, all of that does connect and make sense. So the first one you're going to do, you'll want to do this before you probably even start writing, is you're going to take the Holland Code test. So if you're not familiar with that, again, it is for occupational interest. So you can download this and then you will be able to, I'm not sure if it will pull up and show in our frame here. But it will give you the information here that, again, kind of knowing your personality type and which one of these that you fall into based on the answers that you select. So again, just follow the information, the directions here, and then again, it will, your score will kind of get you into the point where it'll give you your highest, which one that you kind of fall under as far as these categories, second highest, and then what your code is. So again, this gives you a little bit more information about each of those, and then you'll talk about that. Again, some of these two might be things that fall into more of your hobbies, or maybe it's a hobby that is a side hustle. But again, doing that can kind of give you an idea regarding kind of your interests if you're not sure, or if maybe you're kind of on the fence between 2 different types of careers or positions you might be seeking in the future. And you'll talk about that, how it matches your current or your desired profession. So again, you're going to identify the specific population that you're interested in working with and why. So again, that might be the population you currently work with, or maybe you are thinking about branching out into a different population. So maybe you work with families, young families with children, but maybe you're thinking, gosh, I'd really like to work with teen parents specifically and their young children. Or maybe if you're thinking, gosh, I work with families and children now, but I really would like to find out, maybe do some research on adoption or foster care. Maybe that's something you're interested in. So again, pressing issues that are happening with that population, and then what capacity you intend to impact in this field. So again, you'll talk about that, like as far as where do you see yourself, what do you see as far as what you can add to what's going on currently, and how you can enhance, maybe face some of those challenges and come with solutions. So educational requirements, so thinking about that, are there certifications? Some things require licenses, some things might require a bachelor's degree, some a master's, and so forth. And then you're also going to be looking at the average salary range. So when we take salary range, you're going to go ahead and look at these different resources, and you'll be able to see that by states. So you'll be able to find out information in the US and then even by the state of Arizona. So you'll talk about that. And so those are definitely going to be places where you're going to be including in-text citations, because this is going to be information you're obviously going to be looking up. So do make sure that anything that you're giving there, salary salary ranges, all of those will have those in-text citations. So again, employment for the chosen field, or if you're thinking about that next position, is there something that is required as far as experience, or is there anything that's required that you would need? So some disadvantages, so sometimes that might be safety, might be burnout, could actually even be salary. That might be something related to that, or maybe because of the salary, having to work a side job, things like that. And primary benefits, so things that are positive. So maybe there's flexibility in the job. Maybe there's some benefits as far as, being able to help people and really feel empowered when you're able to do that. So all of those things you will address. And then the conclusion. So your conclusion is going to be based on your research. Okay, so you're going to explain 3 factors that you need for getting to that next job, or if you do want to branch into something that's slightly different than what you're doing now. So even kind of thinking, what are those 3 factors based on the research that you did? And then again, thinking too, gosh, if you're currently an assistant director or you're currently working in some facet of management, what factors would be the next things that you could do to go for that promotion? Or maybe you're even thinking, what are 2 steps ahead? Maybe the next step might be manager, and then going from there, maybe an assistant director or a director. So again, those are going to be things that you're going to be talking about, those key factors, and then also the conclusion. You can also put in your personal learning based on your research, things that you found out. Maybe it might be something related to wages. Maybe wages in certain parts of the country are greater than they are in Arizona, but then is that offset with the cost of living? So again, thinking of this is going to be, your paper is going to be covering all of these. So it probably will be the typical, 3 to 5 page paper, depending on how many paragraphs you end up getting with these prompts. Again, make sure that those paragraphs are solid, at least 7 sentences, so you can get that detail and that description in there. Here are also some resources as far as APA FAQs, and then also GCC has some writing citation guidelines that could be helpful. I also do have the other paragraph, or the other module that has that template for your paper you can use. So again, this first page is worth 50 points. I do want to see where you guys are all at. I will give you an option for this one paper to do a resubmit after I grade it, but again, that won't be required. That will be optional. So if you have any other questions, please reach out. I'm here and happy to help.